How to teach a child the value of money. Teaching children the value of money is a long process. It's an ongoing discussion that starts in very early childhood and continues on into high school. Making sure your child has a firm understanding of finance and money growing up can help them secure a stable financial future in adulthood. Part 1. Starting early. 1. Teach your child the importance of waiting. Good spending habits are rooted in the ability to delay gratification. You wait for a month, for example, to buy a computer program you've been eyeing. Children begin to comprehend the concept of waiting between ages 3 and 5. This provides you with the opportunity to teach them about how waiting factors into saving and spending. Start small. If a child is waiting in line to use a slide or a swing set at a playground, explain to them part of life is learning to wait for the things we want. Use allowance to teach children about waiting and spending. Find a reasonably priced toy, say around $5, that your child wants and tell them they'll have to wait and save for the toy. Give the child $1 for allowance each week and, when 5 weeks pass, take the child to buy the toy. 2. Play games that focus on money and spending. Young children learn primarily through play. There are a variety of games you can engage in that will help teach them about money and spending. The coin identification game is a great way to help kids understand different values. Many young children choose nickels over dimes strictly because of their size. Teach your kids how much each coin is worth and have them line up a series of coins from most to least valuable. Kids love to play store. Set up a variety of fake shops in your living room and allow children to spend fake money on items. Teach children between reasonable and unreasonable prices. If, for example, a child's flower shop charges $100 for a rose, step in and explain that flowers in the real world sell for much less. Oftentimes, children's games involve money and spending. Monopoly and Life focus heavily on finances. There are a variety of computer and video games that teach addition and subtraction using monetary examples. 3. Include children in basic financial decisions. Allow children to participate in small financial decisions in the household. Introducing them to real-life money situations, in addition to games, allows children to see the impact money has on day-to-day activities. Clip coupons with your child. Even children who cannot read can participate as many coupons include pictures. Explain how coupons help save money and allow your child to identify coupons for items you buy frequently. When going to the store, give your child a small task such as holding an envelope containing the coupons. Give your child a small amount of money, $2, $3, and allow him to make decisions shopping. For example, your child can pick a fruit or vegetable for the family that it's in the provided price range. Talk out loud when you're shopping so your child understands your thinking process surrounding money. For example, this generic orange juice is 50 cents less than the name brand, so I'm going to buy this instead. Part 2. Continuing into later childhood. 1. Explain short-term versus long-term financial goals. As children grow older, starting around age 6, their thinking becomes less based in the immediate. They're able to think long-term and comprehend certain things, like money, have finite value. This provides you with the opportunity to teach children about the importance of long-term financial planning. Use a change jar to illustrate how money accrues over time. Place spare change in a large glass jar and, after it's full, take your child to the bank and cash in. They can see how a collection of coins grew into a solid sum of money. Introduce a reasonable allowance, giving the child the opportunity to manage their own finances. If a child wants a particular toy, make it that they'll need to earn the money themselves by saving up their allowance. If you can afford it, consider starting a savings account for your child. Put $100 in the bank and get statements each month, showing your child how interest grows each month and the amount of money increases over time. You can even encourage your child to put a fraction of their weekly allowance into savings. 2. Have a yard sale. A great way to show kids the concrete value money has is to allow them to gauge about how much their clothes, toys, books, and other possessions are worth. A yard sale is a great way to convey worth in a concrete manner. Allow your child to select items they no longer use to put out for sale. Talk to them about how much they can reasonably charge for said items and allow them to sit next to the cash register as items are purchased. Give them the money they earn to save or spend as they choose. You can also peruse yard sales in the area. Your child can see how buying items used is cheaper than going to the store. This will teach them how to be frugal about funds later in life. 3. Have your child save up for something. Help your child select a long-term financial goal, such as an expensive toy, video game, or electronic device. Teach them how to save up for the item and earn the money in a reasonable timeframe. Remind your child of the goal as they make other financial decisions. If, for example, they want to spend $1.50 on a bottle of soda, remind them that money could go towards savings. Help them understand the difference between immediate wants, a craving for soda, and long-term wants, the particular item. If your child is old enough to work, you could consider letting them take up a paper route or a lawn mowing business. This will allow them to learn how hard work leads to financial gain. Part 3. Preparing for adult financial decisions. 1. Enroll your kid in a class at your local bank. Adolescence is a great time to teach children about banking and savings in a more complex manner. Many banks and credit unions provide classes to teach children about finance. Check with your local bank or credit union. If they do not offer classes or seminars, they might be able to have an employee sit down with your child one-on-one. Bank employees might also recommend neighboring banks or credit unions that offer seminars. Your child can learn about compound interest rates using specific numbers and scenarios to show them investing money results in the amount growing over time. They can learn to calculate investment pay-offs and begin putting away small amounts of money for their own financial future. 2. Discuss the cost of college. As your child enters high school, discuss college and costs of tuition. This will teach your child how to invest financially in their future, increasing the likelihood of financial stability and success long-term. Be honest with how much money you can personally contribute and how much will need to come from outside sources. This way, your child will have realistic expectations when it comes to the cost of college. Discuss financial aid. Make sure your child understands the difference between free money and money that must be paid back. Start early when it comes to looking for scholarships, grants, and other routes to free or reduced tuition. Websites like College Scorecard can be used to explore the financial benefits of colleges. The site provides information on employment rates of alumni, the average student debt, and whether the money spent ultimately pays off. Using the FAFSA website, your child can estimate how much money they will receive in aid. This will give your child an early sense of what post-graduation debt will look like, and how to go about paying off student loans. 3. Teach your child about responsible credit card use. Credit card debt is a serious problem in America. The average household owes over $7,000 to credit card companies. When your child turns 18, they'll be old enough to take out credit cards and will likely be courted by credit card companies early in college. Talk to your child about credit card use throughout high school so they do not inadvertently start adulthood off in heavy debt. Explain that you should only use a credit card if you can pay the balance in full each month. Using concrete figures for examples, show them how interest builds up if you only pay the minimum and debt can become unmanageable fast. Make sure your child knows cards are for emergencies only and they should not charge everyday items to their credit card. Talk about credit scores, and how maintaining a credit card responsibly can help boost your score over time. Make sure your child knows the long-term consequences of a poor credit score and how this affects job, housing, and career prospects down the road.